Okay, wait, let me situate it. Okay, right here. Wait, okay, like this. Guys, look, I'm in my studio and I just wanted to make a video, talking about ways you can make money as a content creator, photographer, videographer, because those are the things that I like to do. And I've been doing it for a long time, and I feel like I got some experience on doing this. So let's get right into what I want to talk about in this video, right? So I just want to talk about some ways you can make money, as a content creator, as a photographer, or as a videographer, right? Whether that's shooting weddings, whether that's shooting senior portraits, whether that's just shooting for magazines, whether that's shooting for small other entrepreneurs or people who are just starting out, or even big companies, or just a lot of different things, right? But I know for myself, mainly what I do, I love doing portraits here in my space. I've worked in other studios too, where I've done a lot of work, right? I started doing all this in about the 9th grade, doing photography, right? Never thinking that I was gonna make money at it, right? When I hit about 20, let's say, yeah, about 20, 21, 22, somewhere around there, right? I had went to a school called Job Corps. And I remember one time I was telling the teacher, I was like, man, I want to be a photographer after all this is said and done. And he was like, you'll probably never make it. Looking at the way you're going right now, there's not a lot of money in photography, and you don't seem like the type of person that would be doing that. And I was like, damn, kind of messed up my mind. But, I never let that stop me from doing what I wanted to do. So when I graduated from that school, I ended up going to the Art Institute. And I went there for about a year, and what I came to realize was sometimes school isn't for everybody. You might find your own path a different way, and I kind of felt like that's what I did. And so, long story short, what happened was, I got invited to do these fashion shows, and that kind of opened up my mind to a lot of different ways to meet people, and also make money. But at the time I didn't care about the money because I just knew that I had loved photographing people and, seeing the results. And after they see the results, they're happy, and it was a good feeling, so it turned into a passion really quick for me. So, years down the line, people were offering me to, or offering me money to, shoot events, or, taking pictures of their family, or just taking pictures of them, and just invite me to many different things. And I stuck with it, man. Even after, having some really hard times and trying to figure out how I was gonna make it. Some days it was like, dang, do I wanna eat or do I wanna take the bus to this event? And sometimes you have to make those choices. And a lot of the times, man, I missed out on a lot of gigs because either I didn't have the money to do it, maybe I didn't have a ride there, or maybe I didn't have a ride back. A lot of situations like that will happen for people in the younger years. And so I stuck with it. And that's all I can say. Whatever you're passionate about, stick with it, because the money will come, So as we're talking about money, I want to just tell you this. As far as making money goes in photography, you can make a lot of money doing so many different things, right? A lot of the times we want to do everything as photographers or videographers. And sometimes you have to slow down. You really do, because you're going to end up burning yourself out, man. You're trying to chase that bag, and sometimes you have to let the bag chase you. You know what I mean? it's okay to want to put in work, right? Of course you got to put in the work, and you want people to see what you're doing, and that's great, you know. Let people see what you're doing, but at the same time too, don't do it just for the money, because I can guarantee you, you just might want to quit. You know, you might want to quit doing this if you're really chasing the money, because it ain't gonna happen. I'm telling you right now, a lot of the times, a lot of photographers are broke, you know, and we're struggling, we're trying to make it. And sometimes when you're that passionate, there's really no quitting you. You can't quit, you know, because it's in you. It's like it's built in your DNA, you know. So really, for me, the way I've been kind of working my gigs and stuff like that is really just, you know, you might have to do a couple of free shoots, you know, just to kind of get your name out there. And that's fine. You might have to do some gigs for free. That's fine. Do those things, you know. As you build your portfolio, always making sure, you know, from all those gigs that you've done, all those shoots you've done, make sure that you're always learning something different. You're trying to experiment on these gigs, you know, while they're free, because you don't want to be doing all this experimentation stuff on these paid shoots, and it might not work out well for you. Now, I will say I've done some paid shoots where it just didn't work out. You know, I made a mistake. You know, I wasn't paying attention, or I was rushing to try to get through something. You know, and mistakes do happen, and you have to try to find a way to never make those mistakes again, or how to correct them, you know, a lot quicker. So for me, the way that I've been making money is really, one, get a website, because that does help to where clients can go and see your work. Yes, you can use Instagram, but what I would say with Instagram is, sometimes not everyone has an Instagram, you know, depending on their age bracket, you know. But yeah, get a website. There's plenty of website companies out there where you can do drop and drag websites, you know. So I would say just go do that, get it built, right? Then work on how to price, you know, what you want to charge people. You might want to look at the market in your area for what other photographers may be charging, you know, and see that, you know. So what I would say to start with are families, because families love doing portraits, man, and it's year round, you know, whether it's, you know, for a holiday, you got Christmas, you got Valentine's Day, you got Easter, you got Thanksgiving, you got birthdays, you got so many different things that you can do with family portraits, you know, and people love seeing that kind of thing, and it's a beautiful way to make other families happy. Not every family has pictures on their walls, you know. So it's a good way to speak to someone and, you know, convince them that this is something that they need, because it's important for the younger generation to be able to see where they come from, you know. Weddings is a really lucrative business to get into, because this is the good way to build your business. You know, you might want to start investing in some of the equipment that you might need in order to build your business as a photographer. So what I would say is start small and work your way up as you learn how to shoot these things, because weddings can be very difficult. They can be sometimes they can be a headache for you, you know. You might be overwhelmed doing these weddings, and it can be really tough. And if you're overwhelmed, it's going to definitely show in your work, you know, as you do this. Also, getting into the more creative side of doing photography, I would say is, you know, start working with, you know, fashion designers, you know, makeup artists, work with people who do hair, people who like to do theatrical, that kind of stuff. And that it's a good way to make your portfolio shine, because now you have a better way to be creative and show what you can really do, and you can kind of slow down and take your time and figure out new things, how to set up your lights, how to, you know, shoot a different way that you've never done before, you know. And it doesn't have to be paid, but this will kind of get you to a place where you can start charging clients different shoots, you know, the way they look. They want a style shoot. Now you know how to pull that off. You can give them something unique. and that can transfer over to a lot of different things. Like even for weddings, you can transfer that style over to weddings. Selling prints, that's another way to make money, whether it's, if you do street photography, you can be outside every single day, walking the streets and find something very, creative or something that catches your eye and turn that into an art piece, print that kind of stuff. People love having physical copies of, photos. You can't just get away with only doing digital. I feel we're in a time and a place where, look at TikTok. It went away for a minute, and that was scary for a lot of people. So what I would say is, as you're making your work, print a few here and there, and it's not that expensive to print your work. And sometimes people will even pay you more just to print, so go ahead and do that. So I just want to close this out with saying, don't be discouraged in charging people, because you're worth more than that. I used to feel like me charging people was a bad thing. It made me feel some type of way just to charge someone and ask them, hey, can you pay me $10 for a picture? Can you pay me $20 to take your photo? Look, you're worth it. Go ahead and charge them whatever you feel like charging them, but charge them. Don't let people walk all over you in this business, because it will definitely happen. And try to work outside of your community. Try working, in a different state. It's okay to go ahead and travel and meet different people, and you can work in different genres of, this art space, So go ahead and do your research. I'll drop some links below as far as, getting your websites up and other ideas, on how to make money. So yeah, I just want to say peace out. Have a good day and continue shooting. See ya.